Have you ever noticed how certain people start testing you the very moment they meet you? They cut you off while you're talking. They throw little insults wrapped as humor. They behave as if your time, your boundaries, your presence have no weight. And for most of your life, you were probably told to brush it off, stay polite, don't make it a big issue. But the truth is simple. If you don't establish the tone, others will set it for you. Respect isn't handed out. Respect is communicated, quietly, calmly, instantly, through the way you respond. And this is where Stoicism becomes your greatest strength. Stoics don't explode. They don't chase validation. They don't trade self-respect just to be liked. They stay centered. And because of that, the world takes them seriously. Today, you'll learn 6 powerful Stoic responses that make people respect you the moment they witness them, without shouting, without reacting emotionally, without losing control. Let's begin. 1. The silent stare. There are moments when someone tests you not because they're strong, but because they assume you won't protect your dignity. And sometimes they're right. You've been there before. Someone cuts off your thoughts. Someone makes a joke that's not really a joke. Someone tries to embarrass you just to feel bigger. And for a split second, you feel that sting, that heat in your chest, that disbelief. Did they seriously just talk to me like that? Most people react immediately. They defend themselves. They justify. They laugh awkwardly just to keep things smooth. Not because they're weak, but because no one ever taught them how to protect their dignity without turning it into a fight. But here's the truth. Respect doesn't come from explaining yourself. Respect comes from holding your space. And nothing shifts a room faster than the silent stare, a calm, steady, grounded look that freezes disrespect instantly. When someone takes a shot at you, they expect you to crack. They want you rattled, emotional, thrown off your center. That reaction is their victory. But when you lift your eyes and meet theirs with complete stillness, you interrupt their entire strategy. The silence becomes a mirror that exposes them instead of you. A Stoic doesn't respond to disrespect with noise or anger. A Stoic responds with solid, unshakable presence, because presence speaks louder than any outburst. Imagine this. You're speaking, and someone tries to mock you. The room goes quiet. Everyone watches. Instead of defending yourself, you simply look at them, not with aggression, not with fear, just calm, controlled attention. 3 seconds. That's all it takes. Those 3 seconds say more than any lecture could. They tell everyone exactly who you are. Someone who doesn't bend, someone who can't be manipulated, someone who won't shrink. Your silence becomes strength. Your calm becomes authority. Your eyes become the line no one crosses. And here's the secret. Most people never notice. Those who disrespect others aren't as confident as they pretend. They survive on chaos. They thrive on reactions. They rely on you shrinking so they can feel tall. But when you don't shrink, when you meet their energy with pure stillness, they lose the ground beneath their feet. The silent stare forces them to confront themselves. It reveals their insecurity. It flips the entire power dynamic, and everyone in the room can feel it happen. You didn't argue, you didn't justify, you didn't raise your voice, you simply held your dignity, and dignity demands respect. Your calm presence says, "Your words don't control me. I don't need your approval. I decide how I'm treated." That is Stoic mastery. That is self-respect in motion. That is how you reclaim space without losing composure. And once you experience how powerful the silent stare truly is, something in you changes. You stop chasing respect. You stop trying to impress people. You stop proving yourself to those unworthy of access. Because now you understand, respect doesn't come from reacting. Respect comes from stillness. When you hold your gaze, you hold your ground. And when you hold your ground, people respect you instantly. 2. Silence is the answer. Not every insult deserves your voice. Some moments require something stronger, your silence. There are situations where responding only feeds the other person's ego. They want your reaction. They want your energy. They want the satisfaction of pulling you out of your peace. But silence denies them that reward. Silence isn't weakness. Silence isn't surrender. Silence is strategy. Think back to the last time someone tried to provoke you. Notice how they escalated the moment you pushed back. Notice how satisfied they looked when you got emotional. That wasn't a real conversation, it was bait. And you were supposed to fall for it. But a Stoic sees it differently. A Stoic recognizes emotional fishing. A Stoic refuses to fight battles unworthy of their time. When you answer disrespect with silence, you send a message louder than words. Your behavior doesn't earn my participation. It's a higher form of control. It's choosing peace, not performance. It's realizing not every fire needs your breath to keep burning. Picture this. Someone in your family or workplace throws a passive-aggressive comment at you. Normally you'd respond, you'd defend, you'd expose their hypocrisy, but this time you don't. You pause, let the words sit in the air, and you offer nothing, just silence. Everything shifts instantly. They expected noise, they expected drama, they expected you to justify yourself. But silence flips the entire scenario. It leaves them suspended in the emptiness of their own hostility. It exposes their insecurity. It forces them to face themselves. People who rely on subtle disrespect hate silence because silence highlights their behavior. Your silence says, I see what you're doing. I'm not engaging, and I'm not giving you access to my emotions. The power in refusing to feed negativity is unmatched. You guard your energy. You guard your dignity. You guard your peace. And peace is not something you owe. It's something you protect. This doesn't mean you stay quiet forever. Stoicism is not about being a doormat. It's about responding with intention, not impulse. Silence is a temporary boundary, a pause that breaks the emotional momentum of the other person, a moment that gives you space to choose your next move from wisdom, not reaction. Silence protects your character. Silence gives you control. Silence sets a boundary no one can argue with. People can twist your words. They can misinterpret your sentences. But they can't twist silence. They can't distort what you didn't say. They can't manipulate a calm, steady presence. When you stay silent, they are forced to face their own behavior, not yours. And that is why silence, when used with purpose, earns respect almost instantly. Not because you proved them wrong, but because you refused to lose yourself. Your silence is not defeat. Your silence is discipline. Your silence is strength. And strength always commands respect. 3. Stop explaining yourself. One of the fastest ways to lose respect is by over-explaining. And one of the quickest ways to gain respect is by stopping. Think about how many times you've apologized for things that didn't need apologies. How many times you've justified choices that affected no one but you. How many times you tried to convince someone to understand you when they were never listening in the first place. That habit doesn't come from weakness. It comes from being trained to prove your worth. It comes from believing that being understood equals being accepted. It comes from wanting peace so much that you trade your self-respect to maintain it. But Stoicism teaches something different. You don't owe anyone a presentation about your life. Your choices belong to you. Your boundaries belong to you. Your direction belongs to you. People who respect you don't demand explanations. People who don't respect you will never be satisfied with one. And every time you bend over backward to justify yourself, you teach the world that you must explain your decisions to earn approval. You teach them your no is negotiable. You teach them your worth depends on their reaction. You teach them you'll shrink yourself to make them comfortable. That ends now. Imagine this. You end a toxic friendship. You choose a different path. You make a decision that benefits your health or your future. Suddenly, everyone wants explanations. Why would you do that? Are you sure? What were you thinking? And instead of giving a long speech, you respond calmly with one simple sentence. Because it's the right choice for me. No breakdown, no emotional details, no justification. And in that moment, something powerful happens. You shift from defending your life to owning it. Explaining yourself rarely leads to understanding. It usually leads to debate, judgment, and someone dissecting your logic just to feel smarter. But when you refuse to play that game, you reclaim your authority. You stop performing, you start living. A Stoic doesn't chase permission. A Stoic doesn't argue their worth. A Stoic doesn't shrink their life to fit someone else's comfort. Your life is not a courtroom. You owe no evidence. You owe no deep justification. You owe no emotional access to people who haven't earned it. One of the deepest forms of self-respect is holding your decisions without letting others dissect them. It shows you've thought things through. It shows you trust yourself. It shows you don't need external approval to stay grounded. Here's something most people never realize. When you explain yourself too much, people stop hearing your words and start judging you. But when you speak simply and directly, they feel your confidence. Short sentences carry force. Clear boundaries carry weight. Calm certainty earns respect. Try this next time someone demands a detailed explanation. Pause, take a breath, and respond with one steady line. This is my decision, and it works for me. No anger, no defensiveness, no over-explaining, just truth. And if they push again, repeat the same line calmly, firmly, without adding a single extra word. Because the moment you stop justifying yourself, you stop giving away your power. You stop seeking approval. You stop letting others shape your story. You reclaim your voice, your boundaries, your life. And that is the moment people start respecting you instantly. 4. Keep your distance. Not everyone deserves access to you. Some people only behave well when they're far from your life. One of the biggest mistakes people make is keeping disrespectful, draining, or manipulative individuals too close, out of guilt, habit, or fear of conflict. But distance isn't punishment. Distance is clarity. Distance is protection. Distance is choosing peace over chaos. Not everyone earns a place in your inner circle, and the more you grow, the more important this truth becomes. Some people are kind only when they need something. Some smile in front of you and talk behind your back. Some take advantage of your kindness, honesty, or your discomfort with conflict. These people won't magically become respectful. Their behavior is a pattern, not an accident. And patterns don't change because you hope. They change when you stop giving them access. Keeping your distance isn't cold or cruel. It's the natural response to someone crossing a line they assumed you wouldn't enforce. When you pull back, you're not hurting them. You're refusing to hurt yourself for their comfort. Imagine this. You have a friend who constantly interrupts you, downplays your success, or makes you feel small. Every time you share good news, they respond with sarcasm or jealousy. Every time you're vulnerable, they dismiss your feelings. Deep down, you know this relationship drains you, yet you stay because the history is long, or they're not always that bad, or you're scared to lose the bond completely. But one day something shifts inside you. You realize you don't owe anyone emotional debt. You realize you don't have to tolerate disrespect dressed as friendship. You realize peace is worth more than keeping someone around, so you quietly step back. Not dramatically, not angrily, just gently. You reply slower. You share less. you remove them from your emotional front row. And without a single announcement, you reclaim space they never earned. Distance reveals everything. When you pull away, two things happen. Those who care will adjust. Those who only take will blame you for having boundaries. And in that moment, the truth becomes clear. Stoic philosophy teaches that the people you allow into your mind, emotions, and daily space shape your entire experience. If someone constantly disrespects you, the strongest response isn't confrontation, it's distance. Because distance breaks the cycle. Distance removes their ability to drain you. Distance restores your sense of self. You don't need to fight someone to be free from them. You just have to step away from where they can reach you. Keeping your distance sends a message louder than anger. I value my peace. I'm not available for disrespect. I choose myself over unnecessary pain. And the best part? You don't need to announce it. No speech, no permission. Distance speaks for you. And once you master this, people finally understand something important about you. Your presence is a privilege, your energy is limited, and access to you must be earned. Those who respect you will move closer. Those who don't will fade out. Either way, you win because you chose peace over proximity. 5. Hold your head high. Your posture is a message. Your presence is a language. Your energy speaks before you ever open your mouth. There's a type of person who tries to shrink others, someone who senses your potential, your quiet confidence, your rising self-respect, and tries to undercut it with a look, a comment, or a subtle jab. They want to pull you down to where they feel comfortable. But here's the truth most people never learn. You don't have to respond with words. You respond with posture. Holding your head high isn't just physical. It's emotional and spiritual alignment. It's refusing to fold inward because someone wants you to feel small. When someone disrespects you, your body reacts before your thoughts. Your shoulders stiffen, your head lowers, your chest tightens. You shrink, hoping the moment passes quickly. This instinct is ancient, but in the modern world, shrinking doesn't protect you. It empowers them. People treat you based on how you carry yourself. If you collapse, they push more. If you hesitate, they sense weakness. If you doubt yourself, they exploit it. But when you stand tall, lifting your head, opening your chest slightly, relaxing your shoulders, looking straight ahead, everything shifts. Your body tells your mind, I'm safe. Your mind tells your emotions, I'm in control. Your presence tells the room, I know who I am. There's a quiet authority that comes from standing tall. Not arrogance or aggression, just self-respect expressed physically. Picture someone throwing a condescending remark your way. The room tenses. People wait for your reaction. Instead of folding, you straighten your posture. You inhale slowly. Your shoulders settle back. Your chin rises just enough. Your expression stays calm, neutral, unshaken. You don't look down. You don't fidget. You don't rush to fix the moment. You simply remain grounded in yourself. That one physical response sends a message louder than anything you could say. I will not shrink so you can feel bigger. Stoicism teaches that dignity isn't something you request. It's something you carry. It doesn't come from permission. It comes from posture, inside and out. Holding your head high also means holding your identity high, your values, your worth, your boundaries, your truth. Life will test you with disrespect, doubt, or unexpected adversity. But your posture, both physical and emotional, decides whether you bend, break, or rise. When you stand tall, you think differently. You speak differently. You respond differently. Most people aren't used to someone who is deeply centered. It unsettles them, exposes their insecurity, forces them to face their lack of grounding. But it also earns instant respect, not because you defeated anyone, but because you stayed rooted in your dignity. Confidence doesn't shout or chase. Confidence stands tall. This is why Stoics moved through life with calm, steady presence, not stiff, not loud, just undeniable. So next time someone tests you, don't look down, don't fold, don't disconnect from yourself. Lift your head, relax your shoulders, stand in who you are. When you hold your head high, you don't just earn respect, you embody it. 6. The boundary sentence. There will always be people who push your limits just to see if you'll break. Your job isn't to fight them, your job is to define the line. And the strongest way to do that is with a boundary sentence. A boundary sentence is a short, calm, emotionally neutral phrase that shuts disrespect down instantly. It's not dramatic or aggressive. It's not an argument. It's simply a clear, steady line that says, "This is where I end, and where you do not get to enter." Most people avoid setting boundaries because they believe boundaries create conflict. But the truth is the opposite. Boundaries prevent conflict. They express the truth without raising your voice. They establish order without demanding obedience. They protect your peace without starting a fight. A boundary sentence is how you teach the world how to treat you, and its power comes from its simplicity. It is short, it is clear, it is calm, it is final. When someone crosses a line, belittles you, steps into your space, interrupts you with force, or speaks to you with disrespect, they usually expect one of two reactions: an emotional outburst or silent surrender. A boundary sentence gives them neither. It gives them clarity. Sentences like, "I'm not continuing this conversation. Speak to me respectfully. That doesn't work for me. I'm stepping away now. Let's keep this respectful." These simple lines carry more strength than a long defensive speech. Why? Because they come from self-control, not insecurity. Picture this. Someone tries to provoke you during an argument. They raise their voice, twist your words, or throw accusations your way. In the past, you may have spent minutes defending yourself, trying endlessly to explain, trying to fix the moment. But now something shifts. You breathe, you return to yourself, and with complete calmness you say, "I'm not talking to you like this. We can speak when it's respectful." Then you stop. You sit back or walk away, not dramatically, simply, confidently, without fear. In that moment, you break the cycle. You remove the fuel feeding their fire. You remind them they do not control your emotions. You remind yourself that your peace is non-negotiable. A boundary sentence isn't about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself. Stoic philosophy teaches that we cannot shape another person's behavior, only our response to it. A boundary sentence is the purest form of that lesson. It doesn't aim to change them. It doesn't chase understanding. It simply aligns your actions with your values: clarity over chaos, calm over reaction, self-respect over people-pleasing. Some people will get angry when you finally set boundaries. Let them. Their reaction reveals who they are. Your firmness reveals who you are becoming. And here's the beauty. People who respect you will adjust. People who don't respect you will distance themselves. Either way, you win. Because every time you use a boundary sentence, you strengthen your identity. You strengthen your peace. You strengthen your voice. You stop chasing fairness. You stop over-explaining. You stop giving emotional access to people who manipulate or disrespect you. You step into the person you were meant to be, someone whose presence has weight, whose silence holds power, and whose words, when spoken, are intentional and grounded. One sentence can shift everything. One sentence can protect your dignity. One sentence can redefine how others treat you. And once you master this, you stop asking for respect. You begin requiring it. 7. The 7-day Stoic shift. Transformation doesn't happen accidentally. It happens through repetition, calm, disciplined repetition. This 7-day Stoic shift is designed to reset how you respond to disrespect, pressure, and emotional triggers. Not through aggression or arguments, but through steady self-mastery. Each day gives you one small action that reshapes how you carry yourself, quietly, firmly, intentionally. Day 1. Notice without reacting. Spend the entire day observing how people speak to you, interrupt you, or test your patience. Don't respond instantly, just observe. Awareness is the first step toward control. Day 2. Slow your responses. When someone says something provoking, pause for 2 seconds before replying. This pause creates psychological distance, the same distance Stoics used to choose their response instead of falling into emotional traps. Day 3. Practice the silent stare. Use it once today when someone crosses a line. Stay calm, stay rooted, and notice how the moment shifts when you hold your presence instead of your words. Day 4. Use one boundary sentence. Pick any. Speak to me respectfully. That doesn't work for me. I'm not continuing this conversation. Say it once today. Steady, calm, and final. Day 5. Create distance. Intentionally limit access. Respond slower. Share less. Step back from one draining person or situation. Notice the clarity that follows. Day 6. Hold your posture all day. Keep your head high, your shoulders relaxed, your breath slow, and your chest open. Posture shapes presence, and presence shapes respect. Day 7. Reflect and reinforce. At night, write down what changed this week. You'll see the truth clearly. Respect didn't come from what you said, it came from who you became. You've now learned 6 powerful Stoic responses that protect your dignity, strengthen your presence, and command respect without ever raising your voice. But remember this: these aren't just techniques. They are the habits of the person you are becoming. A person who stays calm when others push. A person who doesn't chase approval. A person who stands tall, speaks clearly, and knows exactly where the line is drawn. Respect doesn't come from fighting harder. Respect comes from mastering yourself. So take one lesson from today's video and apply it before the day ends. The silent stare, the boundary sentence, holding your posture, or choosing silence over chaos. One action is enough to shift how people treat you, and more importantly, how you treat yourself. If this video brought you clarity, strength, or a sense of peace, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs these reminders. Until next time, stay grounded, stay steady, and stay in command.